Yeah, like now. Hello, good afternoon, students, and welcome to our art and design webinar, where we're being joined by Arts University Bournemouth, Arts University Plymouth, Ravensbourne University, Leeds Arts University. We're very excited to welcome you in this session, where you'll get to learn a lot about the 4 universities that have partnered with us. So please take this opportunity to ask as many questions as possible to our experts. They know exactly what their universities are offering. So ask as many questions as you like in terms of application processes, what programs are available, and everything else. The session will go on till 1 p.m. and every university will have an opportunity to do a quick introduction about their university, and then we'll leave the Q&A to the end of to 11:50 a.m. Once this is done, the session will then end. But for any inquiries that have not been answered during the session, we'll share the contact details of Tanya, Chloe, Josh, and Omar at the end. So please welcome everybody. I'm going to hand over to Tanya March from Arts University Bournemouth and introduce herself, and then tell us a little bit more about Arts University Bournemouth. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm work in the international team here at Arts University Bournemouth. Thank you for joining. And I've got a presentation here that I can start now. Is that right, Emmy? Yep. We ready to roll, or you want to wait for more? Ready.
Okay. We've got some students live on YouTube as well, so we're ready to roll. Yeah.
All sounds good. All right, 1 second. I'll share my screen. So here we go. Can you see that? Everything's good. Okay, so first off, welcome to Arts University Bournemouth, or AUB. We are one campus with multiple disciplines, unlimited possibilities, and all we do is art, design, media, performance, and architecture. We innovate. Hang on a minute, I can't see my slides, have disappeared. So here we go. Innovate, collaborate, and connect. And those are 3 words that are essential through all of our courses and the way that we operate. It's not working, but here we go. So that is the whole point, I hope, of you thinking of applying to study a creative degree is obviously is to get a job. And so that is our priority, to turn your creativity into your career. I like to think there's enough jobs out there in the creative industries for us all. We have a very high employment rate, which we're very proud of. So as I was saying, those few words that I was talking about being collaboration and innovation, we're not only between the courses, but also within industry. And this is what we're very proud of. This is a very quick video of our Bournemouth Film School. So the Bournemouth Film School is the biggest film school outside of London in the UK. And this brings together, for example, 5 or 6 of our courses, and they all work together, as you could imagine, and in real life in films. So I'll just give you a very quick play of this. So it brings together our film students, obviously, our visual effects, animation, makeup, acting, costume. This is just to show you an example. Oh, there you go, of how collaboration is really, really important going forward, both at university and afterwards. So we continue that afterwards while you're there too with industry. They come in to the campus, we have student placements, live projects. They come in, we have people, alumni, who visit us, very famous people like Edgar Wright, the film director, Wolfgang Tillmans, very famous photographer, even Sir Peter Cook, who is a world-renowned architect, so that you all get experience of working with industry, getting taught by very professional people. and obviously our campus reflects that in our facilities as well. Very high-end equipment, and a lot of industries come to use our facilities because often we've got better equipment than they have. So you get people from all over the place working on the campus. Let's see if I can get this to move. So our courses, we offer foundation, undergrad, postgraduate, 2 foundations, one a 6-month intense and one a 1-year, 30 undergraduate courses and 12 postgraduates. This is a quick screen grab of some of our courses. You can have a quick run through there, have a look. I am running through this very quickly, I'm aware of that. Here's some new courses we've got coming up. We're very hot on the innovation and the next best thing. The courses here, we're very aware of sustainability, of the future, of new technology, AI, virtual reality, all of that stuff. So we like to incorporate that. So you're going to wonder, where are we? We're on the south coast of England, only 2 hours from London, so just far enough away so to have 20% cheaper prices on everything, just far enough away that you can go for a day trip. If you need to go to galleries, exhibitions, or to industry, you can easily do day trips. We have beautiful beaches, I believe 10 miles or so. It's a very student-oriented town because we have 3 universities in Bournemouth. Bournemouth University, you might have heard of, that's got 24,000 students, whereas us, we have 4,000 students. And then there's language schools, tourists. So it's a very busy place. It's a great place to be. Here's some more pictures. The beach, getting busier in the summer there. And some pictures of our accommodation, very modern, very new, on campus and in the town. So if that's not enough, this is what you'll need if you're thinking of applying. So I've put some qualifications there, so not too high, I hope. And that is because the statement and the portfolio are very, very important. Obviously, a lot of creatives aren't always the best academically, and we're very aware of that. So portfolio and statement has got as much sway as your qualifications. So here's how much you're going to have to pay. These are a gradual look over some of the fees. But if that's too much, don't worry. We do offer a lot of scholarships. We offer bursaries. For example, if you're going to go from foundation year into a BA course, you get a progression bursary, which is up to £5,000. It makes it worth it. So our scholarships are anything between £1,000 and £5,000 for each year that you study. You don't have to worry about applying. For those, we automatically consider all international students. And that's it. It was a very quick rush through there. That's me. If you want to get in contact with me, if you have any questions, there's my contact details. The little sweet mouse there, that's made by one of our model making students, and I think he's very cute. So I put that there rather than a picture of me. We also do portfolio reviews. So for any of you out there who are listening who would like someone to look through their portfolio before you submit it for your final application, do take note of the emails there, and we can send you a link and we can book you in to talk to Sarah, who will go through your work, tell you what you need to change, if anything, to make your portfolio the best it can be. And that's it. That's me. Very quickly done.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Absolutely on time. That was really great.
I was going very fast. Sorry about that.
And again, students, to let you know, we'll be sharing these slides with you for any further information that you might need to know about Arts University Bournemouth. As Tanya said, if you've got any sort of questions that are not covered in this session, please do reach out to her via email as well. I would like to invite Omar Trawali to join and tell us a little bit more about Leeds Arts University. Welcome, Omar. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you very much, Emma. Yes, my name is Omar. Anyway, do I have to share my screen for this one?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you.
have a look. Share. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, let's put it in a better view. Right, okay. Yeah, so my name is Omar Tole. I'm an international officer. So my main responsibility is providing a high level of support for our international students throughout their applicant journey. So this is from application all the way to enrollment and beyond that. So mainly focusing on international students in the UK and outside as well, within Europe and Africa. We've got colleagues that cover Southeast Asia. I mean, around the world, basically. So yeah, so we've got just 10 minutes, so I'll just try and go through just like Tanya did. So about us, so we are Leeds Arts.
Omar,
Yes,
Omar,
sorry.
you've got, it's fine. You can take, you've got more than 10 minutes because our introduction was a bit shorter, so take your time. Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry. Right, okay, thank you very much. Right, so about us, so we are Leeds Art University, so we're the only specialist arts university in the north of England, so we're away in the north, not down the south, so which means we only teach the arts, and throughout the years we've developed a vast number of creative professionals, for example, fashion designers, animators, filmmakers, etc., you name it. So students will get the opportunity to collaborate across all of our courses in exciting projects, which enhance their practice as well as develop their creative connections as well. So we are a very small institution, very supportive, and that's why we pride ourselves in the support that we actually give to every single student that we have. So you'll get to know your professors on a personal level. And we've got something called an open door policy, which means you can get help anytime, whenever you need it, really. You don't have to book an appointment. So we believe that this unique approach is why we were ranked the first for student support in the WASCA Awards. This was back in 2020, which the university is very proud of. So we've also got received an 87% student satisfaction rating in the latest national student survey, which is one of the highest ranking for specialist arts universities. So we're actually proud of all this sort of support that we try to get into students. We've got award-winning facilities as well that we are proud of. I'll go through it shortly as well. So the university itself was founded in 1846. It was a teaching arts. It obviously has been teaching arts for 177 years. About maybe 25 years ago, we actually received our degree awarding powers now. So it used to be a college, Leeds College of Art. So since then, we've now been called Leeds Arts University. So just moving on. Whoops, let's have a look. Right, yeah. Yeah, so we've got two main campuses, as you can see. So the main campus that you're looking at on your left-hand side, which is the golden sort of ceramic, is the main campus that actually house our undergraduate course students as well as a postgraduate course students. You also got quite a lot of departments that are based in there. For example, welfare team, careers and employability, HE admin team. My main team is actually based in the middle of town, which is another building that the university owns. The building that you're looking at the bottom right hand side is called our Vernon Street building, which houses our further education students, so foundation course students as well as extended diploma students. So they're both just a few minutes walk between each other. It's about a 10-minute walk just outside the bustling city centre of Leeds, which makes it a lot easier for our students to commute back and forth anyway. So both of them have got award-winning modern facilities that that can incorporate each other really. So most of our undergraduate students and postgraduate don't necessarily need to go to the other building because they've got all the facilities that they need in one building. So vice versa really, but as a student you've got access to both buildings. So Leeds as a city itself. So Leeds is a city in the county of West Yorkshire, if you don't know, which is the north of England. It is about a 2-hour train ride north of London by a train. Also a 2.5 hours train ride to Edinburgh. If you can see the map, we are actually just based in the middle, which is a perfect location. It is the third largest city, as we say, in England, behind London and Manchester. We've got a population of just over 900,000 now, which is brilliant. So which means that there's massive opportunities for employment in terms of media, because we've got at least 3 different media stations, TV stations. So we've got an ITV headquarters in Leeds, we've got a BBC station, and also Channel 4, which actually helps creative students. So Leeds is a cultural and financial, which is like the commercial heart of the West Yorkshire built-up area, which is good in terms of investment. So there's plenty of things to see and do in Leeds, you know, lots of events, festivals that happen all throughout the year. For example, nightlife, nightclubs, bars, restaurants, cinemas. We recently just have the West Indian Carnival, which was hosted just end of August, which was brilliant. It bring in thousands and thousands of people around the country. Also Leeds Festival, which is smaller in terms of comparison to something like the Edinburgh Festival, which is nice. You get loads of different bands that come and play. So people throughout the country would come to actually camp for a few days just to see their favorite bands. So it's a very vibrant city with a young student population. Every year, Leeds would welcome just over 100,000 students, because we've got 5 major universities, including ours, in the city. So moving on to just some of our student successes that I'll show you. These designs that you're seeing were done by some of our alumni student successes. So the top one is an MA graphic novel student from India. The work was actually published in one of our BN1 magazines back in India, so which was a very great personal achievement by the student, and something that the university is proud of as well. I just put some together just to show you what some of our alumni are actually doing. So on the right hand side, we've got Samira, who's also from India. She actually won a Skin Scholarship for some of the designs that she did. MA Creative Practice student Sherry from India as well won an internship in New York during her studies at LAU. More success in here as well. Rosie, who's a 3D animator, she's actually gained herself into some production that she actually won through the work that she actually submitted as well. So there's quite a lot of student successes that you can actually view through our website on our alumni page. Our facilities. So our facilities is quite something that we are proud of as well. So Leeds Arts have actually invested over 22 million in a huge refurbishment, and this was actually completed back in 2019. So it's actually won quite a number of What Uni Choice Awards for best facilities 3 times in a row. So the last one being in 2020 as well. So as a student, you'll have access to our state-of-the-art resources. So these will include specialist arts workshops, computer suites, libraries, print areas, 3D animation shoots. You got fashion design studios, photographic studios, film making. We've also got a 230-seat music auditorium, which music students can benefit on as well. So all these are state-of-the-art public exhibition galleries. All these facilities are equipped to industry standard as well, so which means that you will get the chance to actually walk in a proper studio. So you'll be able to produce work that meets or exceeds the demands of the modern practice in art and design. We've got various support that we offer as well. For example, an international welcome day before the start of your term, which is done every year for all different levels. We've also got something called a meet and greet service for your arrival. So for example, when students are coming in, so they don't need to worry about where do I have to go. We'll get the international team get involved, as well as the ambassador speaking student up from airports, train station, coach stations to take you straight to your accommodation. We've also got the student union that are there to support you in any sort of society activity that you want to promote or join in. There's hundreds of different societies that you can join, not just for LAU, but also within the student community throughout other universities in Leeds. We've got an English support that actually helps you from the day you start all the way to your graduation. To help you in terms of proofreading your reports, any sort of dissertation that you're doing, and even projects that you're actually doing that you can't understand fully. Academic support is there as well. We've recently introduced something called an International Student Cafe, in which students meet every Wednesday. You'll have the chance to have a free coffee or tea, biscuits, and meet other international students that you can exchange ideas on. You can, join forces to do creative projects together. Student welfare is there. in case you've got any issues at all. As like I mentioned previously, support is one of our main aims in terms of helping students. I've mentioned the academic support. Careers are there to support you from day one in terms of student trying to find a job, creating a portfolio, setting up a CV, even interview preparations as well. We've got an alumni team as well that students can actually join in. We've got hundreds of students that are already part of that group. Portfolio support, I think Tanya mentioned this as well. I think we've got similar sort of suite as well, in which we can actually review your portfolio before actually making your final submission. So normally we require a digital portfolio as part of your application for all courses. For music, popular music, we require a video audition of your performance, which we can go into more details if you do want to apply for that sort of course. Portfolios should be tailored to the course that you're actually applying for. It should be concise, presented in a logical and attractive way. This could include sketchbooks, process, details such as brief materials or scales. So I'm sure that maybe one day we can have a portfolio session in which we can go into more details of what's required. So not a set size really, but you try to include only strongest examples of your work, because you are trying to apply for a course that you are really enthusiastic to get into. So try to actually submit your best work. So you can submit via email to our main inbox in there, or you can actually submit it via your portfolio that will be your portal that will be created for you via our website when you are actually applying. So we have a portfolio guidance session that we deliver. We normally do at least once a month. We'll have a portfolio session at LAU in which we try to explain to students what's actually needed and show them samples of different portfolios within the different various courses. Tuition fee as well, I'll just touch on it quickly. Tuition fees per year for 23-24 entry is currently this amount that you're looking at now. These are reviewed yearly anyway, so if it changes, we will actually let you know via our website. So for undergraduate courses, all of them, they're 16,700. For music is 17,800. Postgraduate is 17,000 at the moment, and the foundation is 12,500. So we offer a 2% early discount if full payment is actually made before the 31st of August. Scholarships are also available, but please check on our website as well. These are all tuition fee reduction scholarships that are offered, but you have to apply for them as well. So to find out more, please email us on our main international team's website, inbox, which is international@leeds-art.ac.uk. I haven't put my main email address in there, but once you've emailed that, we've all got access to the inbox, then I can actually give you my personal details if that's what you want, to have a personal chat in terms of your application. The entry requirements is basically nearly the same as most universities really. For UCAS, we ask for between 104 to 120 UCAS tariff points, depending on the course that you're applying for as well. So thank you very much for the time, and hopefully we'll try and answer as many questions as possible.
Thank you so much, Omar. That was really great. Again, students that are joining us via YouTube, please do post your questions in the chat, and then we'll be able to address them at the end of the session. I would like to hand over to Josh from Ravensbourne University. Josh, would you like to tell us a little bit more about Ravensbourne and your programs?
Yeah, absolutely, I will do. Do you have the presentation there, Imi, that you'd be able to share, please? That would be great.
Sure. If you give me 2 seconds.
No worries at all. So yeah, hello everyone. My name is Josh, and I'm the International Recruitment and Development Manager at Ravensbourne University, London. So as you'll see, and as you'll have been finding out from this session already, we've got universities located all across the UK coming to speak with students today. And yeah, like I say, we are the London-based option. Out of that, just waiting obviously for the slide deck to load up. So if anyone does have any questions whilst we're doing that in the meantime, that would be absolutely great.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Excellent, thank you, Imi.
Okay, let me.
Not essential.
Sorry.
Oh no, this.
Sorry.
Use slideshow.
Yeah. There you go. If you let me know when you want me to move on to the next screen, that'll be
Excellent.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah, so like I say, this is Josh from Ravensbourne University, London. So 10 or so minutes to just kind of give you a brief overview and for you to discover about us. So I think it may be that we're probably one of the ones that you may have heard about less, because we're a relatively newer institution than a number of the institutions that are on this call today. So we only got our degree awarding powers in 2018. We like to think that being a newer university helps us become a lot more innovative. And I think as we go through this presentation as well, you'll realize that we're by no means the kind of traditional academic approach to university teaching. It's very hands-on, it's very creative, which is exactly the kind of environment that creative students tend to thrive in. So first, I just wanted to speak a little bit about our location. So yeah, on the next slide, we'll have just a general map of where we are. So I'm sure a number of you will be familiar with London. We're located in an area of South London called Greenwich. So you'll see at the right-hand side of your screen. Very near to key landmarks like Canary Wharf, also the O2 Arena, but that area of London I'll speak about in a little bit is also known as the Design District. So there's a lot of kind of up and coming startups and design studios having their headquarters or having offices right near our building. So it's not just the university that is a creative space, the actual environment and the wider area that you'll be spending most of your time is very much a creative hub of London. We're about 15 to 20 minutes away from very central London on the Underground line. So we're on the Jubilee line, and that takes you to London Bridge, takes you to Bond Street, takes you to Westminster, and all of those famous landmarks too. Next slide, please. And as all of the other institutions have spoken about today, I don't think you can, exist by being a creative and tech-focused university these days without having state-of-the-art facilities for our students, but also for our staff members as well. So we have a kit store in the building where you can rent out, particularly loads of our film students use it. So we've got state-of-the-art lighting equipment, camera equipment, photography equipment, cameras in there that cost up to upwards of £20,000 that you'd be able to freely use and rent out. It's just like a library for equipment, really. We've also got a materials library where you can use samples for prototyping or for your fashion projects. Talking about fashion, we've also got a state-of-the-art atelier with all cutting-edge digital printing facilities and sewing machines and all of these sorts of things that you'll need in order to be putting together your own garments, your own projects there. We're just in the process of developing our virtual reality and artificial reality suite, so that's going to be a new thing on our campus as well. Also post-production, video editing, computer labs, whether it's gaming development or whether it's just computer science or cybersecurity, any of these kind of areas have got state-of-the-art computing facilities too. We've also got a prototyping lab, which is staffed by a number of different technical tutors as well that can help support you. Typically, it's our architecture students or our product design students that are using the prototyping lab. But yeah, again, state-of-the-art 3D print facilities and also a more traditional kind of workshop environment as well if you're a bit more retro. Next slide, please. But yeah, like I say, we're located on the Greenwich Peninsula, so it's a really well-connected area in Greenwich. So we've got the Underground line next to us. The O2 Arena's is full of shops, restaurants, but it's also a gig venue. So any kind of the bands that you want, I think Madonna was playing there a couple of nights ago. Any kind of big stadium-style gigs, that's typically where they would come and play in London. But it's also a cultural hub as well. There's tons of different art galleries within walking distance of the building as well. Next slide, please. And like I say, we are located within the Design District, which is London's creative hub. They have a design festival every year. They also have a mini festival, by no means on the same size as Leeds Festival, which at home I was saying is probably one of the best festivals that we do have in the country. But yeah, near us, we also have live music, all of these sorts of things as well. And like I say, just being in that creative hub for you as a creative individual is a really, really cool space to network, to make connections, and really get involved within the industry that you'll hopefully be moving into after you've graduated with us. And there's a photo on the right hand side of the design district in the top right hand corner. That silver building is our second building, known as R2, which is where we've got some of our postgraduate courses and tend to be taught. Next slide, please. So yeah, that's our location and who we are. Now to talk about our people and our academics. So one of the key things that separates Ravensbourne out apart, we like to think, is that the people that are teaching on your course are very much active professionals still within their field. Most of them are kind of part-time academics teaching on their programs and then still working within their industry. So we've had staff bringing with them years of experience with all of the different kind of companies you can think of, from Vogue to Walt Disney, the BBC. We've got a couple of slides time that kind of locates all of the different industry connections and networks that we have, staff and students that have gone on to work with. You can see there Ellen Rogers on the right hand side of your screen as well as one of our lecturers in digital photography. But I think it's that thing where the people that are teaching you on your programs are still working in their industry. All of their connections are still very much live. It's not like, you know, say someone who was working in the industry 30 years ago and then's moved into academia. We're very much focused on making sure the people teaching on the programs are still very much working and live within their industry as well. Next slide, please. And this just to go on this slide to highlight some of the kind of work that our students have gone on to produce. So many of our students and our alumni have gone on to win a variety of awards in their fields. So the last D&AD New Blood Awards, we had 2 pencils from some of our students, which is like one of the leading design and advertising awards in the UK. We're one of only 2 UK universities that exhibits their students' work as part of the London Fashion Week celebration. So we have our own exhibition, have our own catwalk, and our students' work gets modelled and broadcast and exhibited as part of London Fashion Week. On the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see the 2023 limited edition Copperberg Summer Bottle in the UK. Every year, Copperberg come in and launch a project for typically our advertising and brand design students, but sometimes our graphic design students, and it's open up to any students, whichever field that they're in. And you basically have the opportunity to design the limited edition summer bottle for Copperberg that then gets sold in UK shops. The winner of this award this year also had their tuition fees paid by Copperberg for winning that design. So it's a really great student project to be involved in and really highlights the kind of industry connections that we're working with. We also had 3 prizes won at the National Student Television Association Awards, and we actually hosted these awards this year. And we also had a student's photographic work nominated for the Sony World Photography Prize. Next slide, please. And yeah, like I said, to talk about our industry connection. So this just highlights the examples of the different companies that some of our students have gone on to work with, that have gone on to come into the big university to bring projects and set projects for our students as well. A ton of different areas, whether it's like in a fashion that you're going into, whether it's film, whether it's the gaming industry, whether it's more kind of traditional artistic kind of things that we're looking into. A ton of different options and destinations where our students have gone into. Next slide, please. And another one that we've been highlighting and speaking about quite a lot is our collaboration with the Obama Foundation. So last year we had sent some students out to Chicago to work with the Obama Foundation and Nike Air Jordans, and they actually designed that kit that you'll see on the right hand side for a basketball team in Chicago. A ton of different advertising and branding agencies that our students have gone on and worked with as well, and ITV Daytime, who are one of the leading TV companies in the UK as well. Next slide, please. And yeah, this just shows our honorary degrees at last graduation. So we had Idris Elba come in. He'd been working with some of our students on a filming project, and Tinker Hatfield as well, who was a lead designer at Nike for a while. So he was instrumental on leading that Nike Air Jordan project that I mentioned about previously. So yeah, we had these great, really influential individuals come into graduation to speak with our students as well, which was nice. Next slides, please. And then, yeah, to talk about our teaching. So a ton of different subject areas, from animation, illustration, architecture and interiors, computing, technology, fashion. There's a couple that I think on the screen have been cut off, but yeah, graphics and design, all of the different kind of design areas that we typically speak with are all the kind of things that we look into. Design, creative, tech, and a couple of business programs is the key thing to take away with what we offer at Ravensbourne. Next slide, please. And I think, as I mentioned earlier, our curriculum is very much not traditionally academic. It's very much focused on work-based learning opportunities, so mini internships, inviting industry to speak with our students. We're very, very careers focused. It's not just about developing your creativity, it's about developing your employability as well. You're learning alongside industry, not in isolation from it. Very much focused on developing your career as well. All of our classes basically mimic a kind of studio setup, so it's not just, you're not going to be sitting in lecture theatres all day. It's very hands-on. It's developing and kind of simulates the design studio experience that you'd have when you enter the world of work as well. Next slide, please. So yeah, last couple of slides from me. So in terms of entry requirements, most cases will ask for IELTS, so 5.5 for our undergraduate programs, 6.0 for our postgraduate programs. Again, entry requirements on the academic side tend to be on the lower side because it's that portfolio that is probably the most important part of your application for most of our design programs. So as you see, we only typically ask for 2 Cs at A level or an IB with a minimum of 24 points. International equivalencies are obviously available on our website too, but really it's the portfolio that's probably the most selective part of our application process. And we do also host regular kind of portfolio workshops, and there's guidance on our pages as well. And we also have downloadable portfolio projects that you can work on too. Yeah, in most cases, after you've submitted your portfolio, you might have an online interview with one of our academics. Nothing to be scared of. It's just an opportunity to talk through why you're interested in that subject area, what it is that you might want to get out of your studies, and just to really talk through your work and what your inspirations are. In terms of our fees, they're typically between £16,500 and £19,000, depending on whether it's an undergraduate program or a postgraduate program. We do have scholarships running every year. They're not formally confirmed what they'll be for 2024 entry just yet, but there's typically one for international students, which again, you wouldn't have to apply for yourselves. It's automatically applied. And there's also options for early payment discounts and these sorts of things too. Next slide, please. And I think, yeah, one of the things that I wanted to leave you with is that you've got a great quote there from our a company that some of our students have gone on to work with. So students from our courses are equipped with high professional attitude. They have the sort of skills we need to help transform our business by producing exciting customer experiences and communication. And I like using this quote because it's from Barclays. It's not a traditional destination that you think creative students would go on and work with, but actually it really does highlight the transferable skills you get from studying a creative program. And that there is for sure a market for creative individuals now, and especially now you're seeing AI and VR and artificial reality becoming massive industries. I think 10 years ago, if a student said they wanted to study a creative subject, you sometimes would get parents thinking, yeah, but what career am I going to get at the end of it? I think there really is a hot market now for creative individuals to go into work in all sorts of companies, because the creative industries are really at the heart of the technological revolution that we're having going forward. We're desperate for designers. And I think next slide should be the final slide. Next one. Yeah, so just if you want to keep in touch with us, I know SI UK will be sharing the contact details at the end of this, but please follow us on social media. Yeah, and you can reach out to us, our international team, at any time. We've also got UniBuddy on our website if you want to speak to our current students too. I think that was probably a little bit over 10 minutes, but that's everything from me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Josh. That was amazing. I would love to have been at Ravensbourne when Idris Elba was there. I would like to invite Chloe Swan from Arts University Plymouth to do a presentation and tell us a little bit more. Chloe, are you ready?
Hello, yes, I am. I think I've shared my screen. Can you see something or not?
Yes.
Right, let me go to the start. Okay, Everyone can see that. Hi everyone, my name's Chloe and I'm the representative for Arts University Plymouth. So we've also been an art college since 1865, so for a long time. Our main campus is the main original site, but obviously we've expanded since then, and we recently in May 22 became a university. So I think we're the newest university here, and we're still sticking to that art college kind of route. So I'm just going to talk to you today a bit about Plymouth, how we're all set up, courses, facilities and careers. So I'll just whiz through a bit of an introduction. This is a video, but I won't show it to you now. It just kind of shows the variety of facilities and work our students do, but I will send it on afterwards. So Plymouth is the biggest city in Devon, which is a county in the southwest of England. So we're a bit further away from London, so it's more of a kind of rural area. So we're about 4 hours, 3.5 from London. So still possible, but obviously more of a thing. So we've got a few different universities. We've got the University of Plymouth here, we've got the Arts University, and we've got Marjohn's, which is more of a sports-centred place. So the city itself is great for students. There's so much going on, and it's just really easy to get around. It's one of the top safest cities in the UK. And we also recently came in at number 6 as the best place to live as a young adult when you look at job opportunities, cost of living, things to do, venues and events happening. So it's a great place to be. So as I said, we have it's got a beautiful waterfront called the Barbican, so we're known as Britain's Ocean City. There's an original 1930s Art Deco, which is a open water swimming pool which has seawater in, and then we're surrounded by countryside, so we've got Dartmoor and just general Devon countryside, so it's a really good place for both being in a city and getting out to nature very easily. So this is a bit more about the city. There's been a lot of funding pumped into the city recently for different creative projects, things going on. So we've got the Box, which is an amazing modern museum, which is just opposite the road from Arts University Plymouth. We've got Ocean Studios doing a lot that offer a lot of external facilities, open space workshops, and there's lots of independent businesses getting set up there. The Mirror is our own on-site gallery that we run. There's always a good exhibition on there, sometimes from staff, sometimes from travelling exhibitions. And then obviously the end of year show, the whole campus gets taken over as a real life gallery. So that's when the third years display their work. And then we've got the Theatre Royal for lots of kind of cultural experiences, but we also work very closely with them. So there's a lot of collaboration and industry experience going on there. And then it's a great city for nightlife, lots of different live music events and other kind of creative events. And then we've got Plymouth Pavilions and the Art Cinema Plymouth, which is on our campus. So yes, we're a very intimate community. It's around 1,500 students. So that's on our undergraduate, and then postgraduate makes it up to about 2,000. So it's a small university, and we've got our main campus, which is basically in the city centre. You walk across the road and you're in town. And then we've got kind of snippets of other campuses. So we've got the pre-degree campus, which is about a 10-minute walk away. The postgraduate campus is about a 5-minute walk from the main campus. So we're kind of spread out amongst the city, but there's a bigger one main campus. So we've got pre-degree courses, including the Foundation Diploma in Art and Design. We also do the UAL Extended Diploma in Creative Practice. So yes, they're the different subjects we do for the extended diploma. We've got on-demand open days. So if you can't attend an open day, please check out the on-demand, because we've got different open day talks set up. We've got course leaders talking about each of the subject areas. So it's really valuable just to get a taste of what each subject contains. So here's a list of our Bachelor of Arts undergraduate programs. And here's the postgraduate programs that we're running for 2024. So facilities, we've got lots of different labs around the campuses. So we've got the Fab Lab, which is things like your laser cutters, 3D printers. So we've got people always manning these areas. So the technicians are always on hand. You can book one-to-ones with them. They can help you think about ideas for your projects. So they're a great resource to have. The Fabric Lab is obviously things to do with textiles, manipulation, that kind of thing. Imprint Lab is when you go for all your printing needs, whatever the size. Yeah, they do all kinds of printing there. Material Lab and the Multimedia Lab. So yeah, there's lots of different things. Also, I should mention here, we have something called Workshop Wednesdays. So that is when students from any course can sign up to get an induction on the areas in different courses. So for example, if you're doing animation and you want to do some woodwork, or you just want to learn some kind of glass blowing or pottery, you can literally sign up to any of them. Yeah, you just need to book on, and then you can do it, either incorporate it into your work or not, just as a side kind of exploring your own creativity. And Workshop Wednesdays also extends to things like careers development, different sessions around that as well. So there's some images of some of our labs in action. I'll quickly just play this. This is some examples of student work from 2021. So as you know, there are thousands of jobs that you could go into with a creative degree. These are some of the more obvious ones, obviously with like a clear progression from doing a specific subject. But obviously, as Josh mentioned, the world is different now. We still need all of these creative people being trained up for the obvious jobs, but then, you know, bigger companies need creative thinkers. So the world is your oyster. There's just so many opportunities out there now. And these were, as Josh mentioned, perhaps maybe an older myth now, but I think it still exists in some parents occasionally. But yeah, you know, you can't make money from being a creative. Creative degrees aren't proper degrees. There's no money in this industry. All of that is not true. So here were some examples that we put together. So if you did design, crafts, or materials, you could become perhaps a glass blower if that's what you specialised in, product designer, ceramicist, jewellery designer. I'm not going to read them all out, but you get the idea. And there's just a couple of slides that just illustrate what you can do with each subject, the obvious choices. And here's some examples of our alumni. Sister Fanny Nerding is the CEO of her own fashion company, and she's also a professional skateboarder. So she worked with lots of brands, including Vans, Animal, Sainsbury's, inspiring girls, around the globe. So she's doing amazingly. We've got Suki Danda, who's a really famous photographer now. And we've got, oh, sorry, Daniel Broadley, who did fine arts. So yeah, he's kind of combining his audio and visual expertise together. He's worked on projects for bands such as Yumi at Six, Don Broco, so lots of kind of alternative bands there. And yeah, he's just also done quite well. Sorry. And oh God. Sorry, everyone. I've lost my presentation. There we go. So the student union is set up for the students, of course, so they're your voice. They put on loads of events throughout the year, and they're just there to kind of improve the student experience. So they're really active. These are some of the most popular societies we have on campus. So the cosplay one, obviously being a creative campus, is really popular. We also have a few more that are kind of climbing in popularity. We've got the Crochet Society and things like that. So there's always something you can get involved in. And then this is what all of our students have access to. So the students work alongside tutors and technicians who are highly engaged in the UK creative industry. So they're either kind of have been involved in big projects, or they still are practicing. And then we've also got we do kind of live briefs, or we get companies in to kind of do like a lecture or a workshop, depending on what the subject is. So yeah, you get live briefs, industry professionals. So we've had Greenpeace, Jules, the clothing brand. Yeah, so there's lots of opportunity for that on campus. And we are looking for so if you're going into degree level, we look for 104 to 120 UCAS points. There is a UCAS calculator online, but please don't understand if you don't know what that means. We can help you, so please let us know what your qualifications are, and we can let you know what grades you need to get. But the same with the others, we are also mainly looking at your portfolio and your personal statement. So the English language requirements are below. So if you're looking at pre-degree, it's 5.5 with 5.5 in each band. We do accept other English qualifications other than IELTS, but there's too many to list. So please get in touch if you're considering a different one, or they are listed in that link there. So for undergraduate, we're looking for 6 overall with 5.5 in each band, and postgraduate 6.5 overall with 5.5 in each band. So if you're applying, you do it directly on the website for both pre-degree and MA, and for undergraduate, you go via UCAS. So we obviously do have open days. If you do ever find yourself in the UK, if you're visiting or if you're based here anyway, we can pay for your travel from either an airport to Plymouth or wherever you are in the UK to Plymouth, if you want to come and check us out in person. If you can't make it in person, don't worry, please get in touch. We can give you a virtual tour. Yeah. So there's my contact details. Please follow us on social media, and I'll look forward to seeing if anyone has any questions.
Thank you so much, Chloe. Yeah, I think we've got time for a couple of questions. This is open to all of our university representatives. A question from Anna. I was wondering if any of the universities could share more information on their fashion courses, employability, and maybe brands their alumni are working for now. Josh, do you want to go first? And then we'll go to Tanya, and then we'll go to Chloe, and then Omar, please.
Yeah, happy to go first on that one. So at Rave, we've got Ravensbourne, sorry, we do abbreviate it to Rave, which is quite a fun little abbreviation. Yeah, so we've got a couple of different fashion programs. So the BA Fashion is our main fashion design program, essentially. We've also got fashion brand and buying, fashion business, and fashion promotion as well. So some of those are on the more kind of creative and design side, some of them a bit more on the supply side, the business side, the actual day-to-day of running a business, and a bit of marketing as well. So it depends which area you wanted to specialize in. The second part of the question is employability rates. So I don't have the specific rates for the fashion program itself, but in terms of Ravensbourne overall, we're above 90%, I think 93% as well, similar to AUB as well on that stat when it comes to where our graduates go into. And in terms of companies that our students have gone on to work with, so when we were an arts college before we got university status, we had Stella McCartney did a course with us. We also had Claire Waite Keller, who was the AD at Givenchy, but also designed Meghan Markle's wedding dress. And we've also had recent alumni go and work in companies like Adidas as well. So, and obviously, like I mentioned, we've also got that collaboration running with Nike as well, with the Air Jordan sort of thing as well. So that gives you a flavor both at the kind of, you know, high-end luxury brand kind of areas, but also in that sportswear kind of ability as well. So yeah, and many of our students then go on and do like smaller scale things, may look at setting up their own labels. I know sustainable fashion's a massive thing as well. So we've had a couple of graduates look into that route too. So yeah, that's a flavour of what our students go on to do at Ravensbourne.
Amazing. And Tanya, would you like to answer Anna's question?
Yeah, you've got me on that one. Yeah, fashion isn't my thing, so it means little to me, but still, I do know. We have two fashion courses there. So we have BA Fashion, which is sort of like the catwalk design. They go to Graduate Fashion Week. I know that the students there win a lot of prizes and get their collections made up by various companies. I know that one student had their collection made by Debenhams, which is a huge department store in the UK. Wow. I can't list designers because it's not my bag, but I'm sorry about that. But we have another BA Fashion Branding and Communication. So that's all the business behind the catwalk, from buying to PR to working with the models to the magazines, the promotions and all the stuff like that. So those students go to work with magazines and model agencies all around. And I can't list one of them for you because I don't know the names of those. But related slightly to fashion is we have a BA costume course, which is fantastic. And that's where it's costume for TV and theatre. And I do know that our students on that who are become real professional tailors, if you like, and they work for a lot of big theatres and TV programmes such as Bridgerton, Downton Abbey and all that, where they make museum quality pieces, you know, for TV and stuff like that. So that's another aspect of the clothing that we do. So I'm sorry about that, not able to reel off the designers.
No, that's absolutely fine. I kind of put you on the spot there. So I'm conscious of time, so we're gonna run over by a couple of minutes. I was hoping Omar and Chloe, would you be able to answer, do any of the universities have industrial design? This is a question from Miguel.
I do not, we do not, no.
Yes, industrial. Well, we do not have industrial design for us as well. We do have lots of fashion courses, like, you know, they've answered already, but not industrial design. No.
We AUB, we have model making, which is a course that's often used in that area, which is a fabulous course. And I can tell you that our students, before they've even finished their third year, are already been offered jobs. So that is a great course, and I recommend they should look into that. I'll put a connection in the chat.
Yeah, just while you're doing that, just say we've got a product design course, which again, some students kind of go into that and then use that to then go into industrial design, but yeah, not industrial design in and of itself.
Amazing, thank you so much. Students, again, if you've got any questions, we will be sharing these like all of the slides from this session and the recording as well for those of you that were not able to join us in real time. I'd like to thank you all so much. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Tanya and Omar, for joining us today. Again, if you've got any questions, a couple of our partners will be at the University Fair next month on the 4th of November. I believe Ravensbourne will be there. Josh will be representing Ravensbourne and Tanya will be representing AUB. So very, very looking forward to seeing you there if you're not able to, you are not able to attend this session live. And thank you so much to our students that have joined us on YouTube, and we hope to see you very soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.